Good morning, everyone. Good morning, children. Good morning, parents and guardians of Grade 5 ERN. Welcome to another adventures of in the world of science. Let us have now take the journey. We are going to find about the conductors of heat and electricity as we go on to our new lessons. But before that, I have some reminders for you, my dear children. If you have some questions, clarifications, and comment, please feel free to write it down in our group messenger. Is it clear, my dear children? The objectives of our lessons for today, the first one is to discuss why some materials are good conductors of heat and electricity. The second one, you are going to enumerate the characteristics of good conductors of heat and electricity. Last, you are going to explain the effects of heat to people and the different kinds of objects. That is the main objectives of our lesson for today. Let us have a short review before we proceed to our new lessons. What is the topic that we discussed yesterday? Right, this is all about the speed. Now, if you can still remember the lesson, let us answer the problem for this problem on the board. Everybody, let us read the problem. A jeepney drove to a passenger house that is 30 meters away from the station in 15 seconds. What is the speed of the jeepney? Let us find out the correct answer by using the correct formula. The given distance is equals to 30 meters and the given time is 15 seconds. What is the speed? The formula that we are going to use is S is equals to D over T. S is the speed, the D is the distance, the T is the time. Therefore, 30 meters over 15 seconds, 30 divided by 15 is equals to 2. The unit for the distance is meter, and the unit for the time is seconds. Therefore, the speed of the jeepney is 2 meters per seconds. The speed of the jeepney again, speed is equals to 2 meters per seconds. You got the correct answer. Before we go on to our new discussion and lessons for today, let us have the standard to be followed before, during, and after the activities. The first one, listen and watch attentively. Read and follow the direction carefully. And the most important, number 3, respect and cooperate with your parents or guardian while doing the activities as your guide in your home to answer and to do the different learning tasks for today. Number 4, work quietly and discipline yourself. Number 5, answer the questions correctly and complete the necessary table of charts. And finally, present your works and activity clearly. Just take a look at the picture. What did you see in our pictures? Right! They are group of families. How will you describe this group of families? Exactly. They are doing different tasks inside their home. Or they are helping one another in order to clean their home. In your family or in your home, do you have tasks that assign? What are those daily household activities that you do in order to help your mother, your father, or even your older brother and sisters? Yes, maybe some of you are doing watering the plants, dusting the table, chairs, furnitures, and some appliances inside your home. Or you are washing the dishes. But before you wash the dishes, I'm sure some of you are assigned to cook some food for your family. When I grow up, a child like you, I still remember that I love cooking. I use different cooking pots, casseroles in order to cook our food. Because I enjoy serving food for my family, together with my brother, mother, and father. Okay, some of ways of cooking our food is by using this style. This is the what we call the tungko. The tungko is a kind of cooking materials where we put three pieces of stones together and we put some wood in order to produce fire, and we put on the top of it the casserole in order to cook our food. That is what we call the tungko. Somehow, we also use the charcoal stove or we use the uling. But as the technology developed, we have the what we call different ways of cooking our food. We also use gas stove or what we call electric stove. Maybe some of you use some oven in order to roast food such as chicken, meats, and beef to serve in our table for our breakfast, for our lunch, dinner, for our family, or even to our visitors and guests at home. Have you ever noticed why your cooking pots and cooking pans are mostly made of stainless steel or aluminum, and some materials are made from wood? What is the reasons behind this? Let us find out. The main questions for this activity: why are some materials are good conductors of heat and electricity? We are going to give the solution for this problem. Let us have now the first learning task, the task number 1. We are going to prepare the materials listed below. If not available, you may use other materials at home to perform the activity. You may ask the help of your parents or guardians or any adult members of the family if needed. The title of the learning task number 1 is the electricity flow. The materials needed are the following: small flashlight, aluminum foil comb, toothpick, paper clip, battery, self-adhesive tape, coin, and paper. What are going to do? Or do what we call the procedure for our activity. The first step is that you cut a part of the aluminum foil into 3 strips about 10 cm long. Step number 2. Fold or roll the strips until its diameter is similar to an electric cord. Afterwards, tape one end of the first strip to negative side of the battery. Number 4, place the other end of the second strip around the light bulb. Number 5 procedure, tape one end of the second strip to the positive side of the battery and third strip together. Number 6 procedure, test your connection by bringing the free ends of the second and third strips together. Adjust as necessary. Number 7, once your circuit works, try testing the object listed above. If the bulb light up by making one side of the object touch the end of the second strip of the other side and pre-end on the third strip. Number 8, be sure to connect the circuit between its trial for the few seconds, especially either the aluminum foil or battery begins to heat it up. Finally, number 9, record your observation below. And most of all, don't forget to take a video or pictures of your activity. The actual activity, you are going to take a video or pictures. After that, you are going to send those videos or pictures in our group chats or in my messenger. Dear children, is it clear? Let us have now the activity. Alright, let us answer or complete the following tables. The objects are the following. We have the coin, the toothpick, the paper clip, the paper, and comb. The question for each object is that, was the bulb light using a coin? Yes or no? What is your answer? Yes, exactly. The light bulb light using coin between the two cords of the striped aluminum foil. The next object, was the light bulb using the object toothpick? Yes or no? The correct answer is no. You got it. How about the paper clip? Was the bulb light using this object, which is the paper clip? What is your answer? Is it yes or no? Finally, the answer is, your final answer is yes. The light bulb using paper clip. How about paper? Was the bulb light using paper? What is your answer? Is it yes or no? No! You got it. And finally, our objects or materials is the comb. Comb. Was the bulb light using this object? Our answer is no. Who got the perfect score? Congratulations! Now, let us proceed to the questions. Which among the materials allowed electricity to pass through? Number 2, which among the materials do not allow the electricity to pass through? Number 3 and number 4 is almost the same question. What do you call the materials that allowed electricity to pass through? Let us answer that question. They are called conductors. Everybody, let's say conductors. Let's spell C-O-N-D-U-C-T-O-R-S. Conductors. Let us say again, conductors. Conductors are materials that allow heat and electricity to pass through easily. Because these materials has their positive and negative charge where the heat and electricity can easily to transferred, absorb, or pass through by these objects. What are those materials that are conductors? Let us have the first one, the group of coppers. Copper wires are widely used for electrical wirings because they are ductile and are good conductors of electricity. Electricity comes from different forms. Some electricity or electric power or electric energy are coming from different plants. Some of the plants are the following. We have the geothermal power plants. This is the geothermal power plants. We use geothermal energy and we use different machines to transform this energy to electrical energy. Another sources of electrical power is coming from the solar panel. Solar panel absorbs solar energy that transform into electrical energy. And some of you or some modern houses nowadays and buildings use solar panels as the resources of their electrical power. Let us have now the hydropower plants. Hydropower plants. We use the current of water in order to form electric power or electrical energy, which is more economical to all of us. We use electrical power coming from the power plants. But sad to say, some plants are very dangerous to human health. And this is, I'm talking about the nuclear power plant. This is a nuclear power plant. Why is it that the nuclear power plant is dangerous to human health? Because this kind of sources of electrical power can emit some radiations which is hazardous and dangerous to human health that leads to death, cause of different illnesses. Among this group of power plants, we have different resources of electricity. In your home, how can you save electricity? Yes, you are going to turn off those appliances or tools, gadget that are not, while you are not using these materials in order to save electricity. Or you are going to eliminate the use of those gadgets and materials at home. Let us have another materials that are conductors. These materials are belong to the group of brass objects. Some brass objects are the following. Can you point out the brass objects which is a musical instrument? Yes, some of them are trumpets, or what we call the wind instrument, used by the musicians that are belong to the group of bands. These bands, we can observe them during town fiesta. Can you still remember our town fiesta? The celebration of our patron of San Diego de Alcala every month of November 12 in the town, in our beloved town of Gumaca. You can hear the beautiful sounds or songs being presented or created by the bands roaming around the towns during our town fiesta. Another conductors are the objects are made of bronze. Among this group of objects that belong to the group of bronze are the following. Okay, among these objects, which is a religious symbol, for the group of Buddhists? Yes, we have the statue of Buddha that are made of bronze. Last month, we celebrated the 500 years of victory of Lapu-Lapu from the invasions of the group of Spaniards headed by the Magellan. Among these objects are the materials used by the group of Magellans to discover different islands, including our country, which is the Philippines, in order to observe or to see nearby islands during their expeditions. This object I'm talking is what we call the telescope. Some telescopes are made up of bronze, which is conductor. Let's have now. Yes, the most precious among the group of conductors and one of the most expensive conductors are the group of objects belong to a group of gold objects. We have, let's identify one by one, the gold bars. Gold bars are very expensive. We can find it in the mines or in different banks here in our country or even in the abroad. Gold bars or amount of gold in each country is the basis for the printings and productions of their currency, such as the peso, dollars, or it has a vital role in the economic growth of one's country. Some gold are very essential for making jewelry, even the crown, the rings, and medals. Like when you receive medals during Olympic Games, it means you are the first placing. One of the most prestigious sports games around the world is the Olympic game, where the organizer give gold medals in every game events for the first placer. Another group of conductors materials are the group of silvers. As you can see, they are made up of silver. We have the crown, sword, medals, watch, horseshoe, silver coin, rings, and bars. They are also conductors. Another materials which are conductors are belong to a group of irons. Some of them are made from irons like the doorknobs, the door, locks, coin, or even the caja de hierro are made of iron. Okay, have you ever visit the department store? Have you been in 7-Eleven where you can see some of these products or drinks such as oranges, apple, grapes flavor are in cans that are made from aluminum or aluminum cans or aluminum jars. Now, how can you help our environment in order to solve our problem in our waste management? In our waste management, using these materials, what are you going to do to make useful aluminum jars, aluminum cans? Exactly, you are going to recycle these materials to be useful. Very good. Some conductors are belong to a group of steel objects. Some of them are gardening tools, cans, knife, casseroles, and other gadgets. They are belong to a group of steel objects which is conductor. Cooking pots and pans made of metals make cooking faster because they are quickly allowed heat transferred from flame to food being cooked. That is the reason behind why do we need to use aluminum cooking pot, cooking casserole that are made of metals. Fire produces heat, and heat is a form of energy. It can use to perform work. It can be warm things up. It can cool things down and generate electricity. Heat is the transfer of the thermal energy from higher temperature object to lower temperature object or materials. While the electricity is a very useful form of energy, it can be used to perform work such as heating, lighting up our home, used for computer operations, motive power entertainment application. It allows to flow electrons from one place to another. It is the general term for anything that involves an electrical charges. That is the rule of the electricity. Let us have now the criteria for our activity. Self-discipline, time management, neatness of the output, number of the correct response. We have 5 points, the score for 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. And we're going to count them to find the total score. Our activity is title's activity is Conductors of Heat and Electricity at Home. What are the materials we need? We have only 2 materials. Of course, your ball pen and paper. What to do? The first step, list down materials that are considered good conductors that can be found at your home. Number 2, illustrate your answer by showing how they become good conductors of heat and electricity. And you are going to answer the following questions. Number 1, what are the materials that you have illustrated? Number 2, why do you say that these are good conductors of heat and electricity? What characteristics of materials make them good conductors? How would you differentiate a conductor from insulator? And now, we are going to answer the problem that I presented to you while we are starting to have our new lesson, which is, why are some materials are good conductors of heat and electricity? Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Copper and aluminum are metals. Stainless steel is an iron-based metal with chromium. This is the reason why metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Let us have now the learning task number 3. Direction. Everybody, let us read. Analyze its picture. Write C if the object is conductor, and NC if the object is non-conductor. Number 1 is leaf. Is it conductor or non-conductor? Right. NC, non-conductors. Number 2, books. Non-conductors. NC. Number 3, ring. Conductor. Number 4, pencil. Non-conductor. Number 5, handkerchief. Non-conductor. Number 6, group of nails. Conductors. Wood. Non-conductors. Non-conductors. Number 9, non-conductors. Spoon number 10, conductors, because spoon is made of stainless steel. Who got the perfect answer? Congratulations. At this point, let us proceed to learning task number 4. By answering pack or bluff. Write the pack if the statement is correct and bluff if not. Number 1. Aluminum is good conductor of heat. What is our answer? Pack. Number 2. All materials can be good conductors of heat and electricity. Our answer is bluff. You got it. Number 3. Metal pots allow the heat flow thoroughly. The correct answer is fact. Statement number 4. Iron-based materials are insulators of heat and electricity. Bluff. Finally, number 5. Electricity plays an important role in our daily activities. Fact. Who got 5 points for this learning task number 4? Very good. You got it. And let us continue with our learning task number 5. Everybody, let us read the directions. Read the following statements and choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1. Which of the following is good conductor of heat and electricity? Letter A, ruler. Letter B, straw. Letter C, iron. Letter D, cloth. Our answer for this question is right, you got it. Letter C. Next question. Why do we use cookwares made of metals in cooking? Letter A. Metals will move the heat from flame to food quickly. Letter B. For longer years to use. Letter C. So that it's easily to clean. Letter D. It is cheaper. Our answer is metals will move the heat from flame to food quickly. Number 3. The following materials are good conductors of heat and electricity except A. Copper, B. Gold, C. Glass, D. Silver. Our answer for this question? Glass. You make it correct. Why are metals considered good conductors of heat and electricity? Because they are blank. A. They are very hard. Letter B. They are nice. Letter C. They are speedily to transfer heat and electricity. Letter D. They are smooth. The exact answer is letter C. They are speedily to transfer heat and electricity. Number 5 question. Why copper wires must be covered with cord made of rubber? A. So that it will look beautiful outside. B. So that it will not melt while using it. Letter C. So that it will make the copper wire stronger and unbreakable. Letter D. So that it will not cause person to be electrically grounded. And our answer for that question is letter D. I hope that you enjoy answering the different learning tasks for our lesson for today. Let us have now our reflections. What are the different shapes that you observe on the board? We have triangle, square, and circle. Reflection letter A direction is that you are going to choose and color the shape which describe your experience while doing the learning task. When you choose triangle, it means that I was able to perform the task without any difficulty. The task helped me in understanding the lesson. If you are going to choose square, I was able to perform the task. It was quite challenging, but it still helped me to understand the lesson. And if you choose circle, it means that I was able to perform the task. It was extremely difficult. I need additional enrichment activities to do or perform the task. Let us have now the reflection B. My learning experience while doing the task. Write your notebook, your personal insight about the lesson using the prompt below. The first one. I understand that the conductors of heat and electricity blank. You are going to complete this sentence. I realize that conductors of heat and electricity blank. And finally, I need to understand more about conduction of heat and electricity. That's all for today, and thank you for listening to me, and I hope that you enjoy another journey of learning of science of the Grade 5 ERM. God bless you all, and thank you very much. Once again, good morning, enjoy the day, and God bless.